So let me just give you a quick rundown on my beast, my beater, my bike, my cruiser. I'll just put this on the floor. Okay, so here we go. Right, the frame itself I bought off of eBay secondhand. Everyone's going to know what eBay is, but if not, it's where you sell your shit. The frame was £12.50, I think, so that's about $17, or around 700 Thai baht. That's the only two currency conversion rates I know, so that's what you're getting. Didn't come with anything, or anything that it did come with was shit. So the first thing I knew I needed was wheels, because I'm not using no crappy mountain bike, slow wheels. I want to go fast. So I got the the same thing that every entry-level road cyclist would get, and that is Shimano R501 wheels, even though they say 500 on them. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, now in my infinite wisdom, I decided to stick with a 7-gear cassette, just because that's what was on there before, and I didn't know how serious I was going to take these upgrades. So I've got a 7-gear cassette on there. I've got the original derailleur. That will be changing when I can get a cheap one, something like a 105 or something along those lines, around that type of quality. The wheels are Vittora, I'm going to mess this up, I don't know. Anyway, they're pretty good. No problem so far. They got a bit of tread for the wet, which is what I wanted. If I had slicks when it rains, I'm just going to end up killing myself. Right, this is an upgrade, second-hand Shimano Tiagra. I've got that for £10, the crank and obviously the non-drive side. The other pedal, the clipless pedals, I bought second-hand again. They're pretty good. Shimano, I don't know what they are off the top of my head, but they were a tenner too. Did I mention the wheels were, I think they were 60, and the tyres were about £11 each. These brakes are second-hand. They cost me, I think it was around £10 for the front and back ones. But if anyone's interested, I'll talk about this in another video, but the front ones don't fit. I actually had to drill the frame, because previously they had V-brakes on there, and of course the rim's different on these, so that wasn't going to fit. Sorry, I'm in the way. Right.
This weather.
Yeah, it's not exactly a perk of the job. Right, so moving on to the front. Again, this is a crappy second-hand brake that I've got. I think it was a couple of quid, or it might have been free, I don't even know. I had shitty grip shifts on there, which I changed for these shifters, brake combo, and I thought they were pretty cool up until my first shift, when the rear cog, this one here, just started to stick, which really pissed me off. But apart from that, they're pretty cool. I'll take them back and get them looked at. I might change the forks, I don't know. It's going to be a pain in the arse, because I think it's an inch head tube, and everything, as anyone would probably know, is 1 1/8 inch. So, I don't know. Anyway, pretty much the whole bike was, what, about 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I spent a lot of money on, I made a lot of mistakes, but I probably spent about, on what's actually there, I don't know, about 150. So if you know what you're doing, you can build, the saddle, although it looks crappy, is actually quite comfy. If you know what you're doing, you can build a Courier bike, because this one is pretty quick, for about 150 quid if you're getting your parts second-hand. Anyway, this is my beast, and she's pretty cool. Got to work on the braking efficiency, I must admit, but apart from that, she's pretty cool.